back with a new episode of Passion for Purpose, where we're sitting down to share real stories of real heroes within our global SAP community. I'm very happy to welcome Tarek Dalloul, a channel and ecosystem director based in Beirut, Lebanon, who has been a champion of remote work long before quarantine began. He leads several partner teams in the Middle Eastern region where working together in person has been challenging for years. Tarek, thank you for being with us here virtually today. And let's dive in and let's start with, why don't you share a little bit about yourself and your role here at SAP?
Thank you, Alicia, for having me. Just to give a little bit of background, I was put on this mission to oversee those most challenged countries in the Middle East, where the local community is constantly struggling to overcome major challenges, whether it's social, economical, environmental, you name it. There's a lot of energy to keep up with the situation here, dealing with partners and building an ecosystem. My mission here is to grow and expand SAP brand and to create a momentum for business, and also the purpose to improve people's life.
So Tarek, Lebanon and much of the Middle East has experienced quarantine-like conditions and was living in somewhat of a lockdown even before COVID. Can you share with us what it's been like to live and work in that kind of environment and some of the challenges that come along with that?
The community here is facing what we call multidimensional crisis. It's actually surpassing the pandemic new norms. It's actually a surreal situation. Late last year, we had a quarantine state in October 2019. The country, there was a countrywide roadblocks, a security incident, canceled flight. The airport was actually closed. Businesses were halted, banks are closed, limited access to funds and the basic needs. It was actually the peak of revolution in Lebanon, and it still is. The society is in distress, and we're aching economically, and we have a dire political situation. So that actually was the kind of pandemic-like situation we have here.
We're alike in that we believe in the power of positivity and motivating each other no matter where you are in the world. Tell me about your Mindful Your Business video and the intent behind it.
The theme of my Mind Your Business video is called Rise, Run, and Set with the Sun. So, the rhyme looks nice here, but the purpose of it, when I say run, rise, run, and set with the sun, it goes back to my grandfather. He used to wake up at 5 a.m. I was most of my time with him. So 5 a.m. he used to go to the farm and come back around 8 a.m. And that's like a new day for him. So I discovered we have a lot of time early in the morning. So I made sure the sun can see me early in the day. So I used to keep the windows clear for the sunrise. And during the day, I wait because it was still in the early springtime. There were like rainy days. I wait for the moment where it's clear. Then I go for a run. And trust me, I had a lot of business calls during those runs, and it was fine. The team were good with it. And set with the sun, always look at the sunset, whether while you're working or having your social time. It's very important. So get close to nature, to the elements of life, because that's a better way to really be in peace with yourself and feed your energy to others. Yeah.
I couldn't agree more. Are there any tips that you have to stay positive and healthy, both mentally and physically, especially during challenging periods?
Working remotely, I discovered board games is one of the things that really would shape your communication skills. There is one thing that I use is the calendar. I use it both for personal and professional. because if you use it for both, so you don't have to have conflict when you want to compromise some of the meetings or you push them in time. You give equal measure to personal and work life.
So Tarek, I want to move into, talking about the devastating explosion that was experienced in Beirut this year as well. And you were there, you were part of the community efforts afterwards. Talk with us a bit about that experience and being there when that happened and being a part of the community to help afterwards as well.
Actually, I was lucky that I have nothing in me that is hurt, but there are like 5,000, 6,000, or 7,000 cases of injuries, and everyone have their own story. And I give credit to these people for their ability to overcome this devastating situation. I mean, you wouldn't imagine over 200,000 people were like displaced from around this area here. It was, I mean, out of this world. I can't describe the moment because it's really very sad. And I mean, if it was a natural disaster, then I mean, we would accept what nature brings to us. But at the end, it was an act of negligence.
Your inspiration to go above and beyond the call of duty. You are committed to your community and helping your community. And this is something that you've done for a long time. Talk about your inspiration to participate in that way.
I made the decision to come back to Lebanon, and SAP embraced it. And they said, yeah, work from home, it's your call, and let's try to build a story together. And that's why I believe it's bringing together the corporate and personal life in harmony. That's a drive for success.
Well, Tarek, you are a true inspiration. I'm honored to be your colleague at SAP. You embody the purpose of SAP to help the world run better and improve people's lives. I know what you're doing for your country, for your community, and being a role model within SAP is just an extraordinary thing. So I want to thank you so much for being with me and being with our community today and allowing us to showcase you and your story. So thank you so much.
Thank you too, Alicia. Have a good day.